Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 19th of July 2021 and the time now is 6:16 a.m. Well, today is a video review and our topic is turn footsteps into energy. So before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Yep. Okay, frankly, this is the first time that I heard about this idea, this way of generating energy, which is um, getting the energy from human footsteps. So yeah, it is something that I feel really amazing. And then for this video, it is from one company which is called Pave Gym. And then I also tried to check this company and found that actually this kind of what we call them tile, which is the thing that we step on it and then to generate electricity. And then they are actually the distributors to many countries, including Singapore. Yeah, so maybe next time you walk around in Singapore, you will came across you will come across these things maybe. Yep. And then all right, and then what I think is amazing also is because this is something renewable. I think we can call it renewable energy because the source of the energy coming from human, coming from things, uh, it can be many things, not necessarily humans. But let's say if for humans it is also to me I think it is also meaningful because uh, human works everywhere and then we couldn't use the uh, we couldn't use it as well. And then since people can walk up to few thousands steps every day, so yeah, it is a good idea to collect these all these I call it force, which is um, which will be wasted if we didn't collect it. Yeah, so I think it is a very good idea, and then they put it in some places which is more clouded. Yep, and then yeah, I know it must be for this technology, it must be very expensive to build it, to install the tiles. Otherwise, uh, they will have more this kind of tiles all around the world. So until today, 2021, we still didn't see this become very popular, at least in the Asian country. And I believe that in Singapore, you also haven't seen it before, right? Yep. And then so yeah, so I think the problem here could be something like the cost versus the returns the returns they can get from this, even though it can generate renewable energies, but the cost to build these kind of things could be very high. Yeah, so maybe in this the near future it is still something unrealistic, but I think it is a good idea. And especially if this concept can be applied to other places, and it can be imaginative. For example, how about we put this in the zoo and make and let the elephant generate energy uh, when they walk around. Yeah, how about we put this in some tourist attractions in China. We know that China, there are so many people every day, especially those tourist attractions. Yeah, and uh, yeah, I believe that they can also generate, they can collect a couple of thousands of steps every day. Yep, and then how about we put this uh, on the shore, which is beside the sea, and every time when the wave hit the shores, and then yeah, maybe they can also collect some of the energy from there if they can convert the force. Yep. So yeah, I think this is a technology, also a way to generate electricity. Yeah. Yep. So, what's your thoughts for this way of generating electricity?
People people actually mentions that so in European they say uh they may they may install this kind of step generator
Mm.
near the highway. So when the car goes and then they can they can activate generators
Yeah.
because there is a connected there is a connected. So so they can transform the connected to the electricity
Mm.
by by utilize the car on the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you see any problem from do you see any problem from this?
Okay. Yep. Yeah, Eric. I think you can try uh 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 get your mic closer to your mouth, or
Okay.
because it is
How
quite
about now?
soft. Yeah, it is better now. Okay, and then just now you said try to use these to get the forest, to get it from the road, right, from the vehicles. And then in the video they say it is not easy to build it under the road, and maybe a big truck will uh, destroy all the things, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
And the
But
elephant will destroy all the thing also,
oh, elephant. Oh.
right?
Hmm. Yeah, but I think for vehicles, elephant maybe it could be. Um, I mean, because elephant they're not like the vehicles. Vehicles, they are kind of unpredictable. Uh, they can apply brakes, but
Elephant is
elephant,
more unpredictable.
yeah, in some way, yeah, 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 also, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. This is not the uh, th- this is not the point I want to mention.
Hmm.
I want what I want to say is beside of the cost and
Hmm.
beside of the difficulty
Yeah.
of the implementations, anything else will make this infeasible.
Yeah, and I think maybe maybe that is also related to cost. What I want to say is yeah, I know that the energy that they convert from steps, even though they can get a few hundred thousand of steps, but the energy that they can convert to is not a big figure, I think. But
Mm.
that is also related to cost, right? Cost versus the returns.
Yeah. Beside of this,
Beside of this,
have you
um,
seen the comments below the video?
um, I think I forgot. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
you can just
Mm.
tell me. Yeah.
Yeah. And somebody actually mentions about the law of physics. If you install this kind of panels under the highway,
Yeah.
or maybe on the highway, and then let the car come and go to activate the panel, to activate the generator.
Mm.
And right, and it will generate the energy. But where does the energy come from? The energy come from the kinetic. And then
Yeah.
where does the kinetic energy come from? It's come from somewhere else. It's not created from thin air. So
Yeah.
it's created by the car. And what supports the car move is actually the petrol. Petrol, or maybe the EV, like the electric. Yeah, if you're driving an EV, so it's the electric.
Yeah.
So when you drive your car on the route, you actually need additional momentum. You need additional pressure. No, sorry, not pressure. Yeah, it's momentum. You need additional momentum, so that this is something like the frictions. So it actually will cost you more energy to drive a car. It means cost your car more energy. So let's say you're driving the EV, it will cost more energy to drive on the route of, maybe the energy wasted is very, very little. But
Yep.
it's still a waste. And also, if you drive the traditional car which use the petrol to build, and it actually costs more petrol.
Oh, do you mean that let's say we have two kind of road, and one with these tiles and one without tiles, and the one with tiles will cost the car more electricity or more petrol, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because if you think about the law of physics, we couldn't create the energy out of thin air. The energy is just transformed from one form to another form. For example, like the wind, like the solar, and we didn't create the energy, and the energy exists as there, like the
Yeah.
sun.
Yeah.
And also like for example, the geothermal. The geothermal means the volcano. So it exists inside the earth. So we didn't create it. We try to make use of it. And if your room is very, very heat, or maybe you are in some place which the place is the temperature is very, very high, and then you can convert the heat energy to electricity. Yeah, so this is about the transform.
Yeah.
But we didn't create the energy out of thin air. Even though even like you transform the wind energy to electricity, you transform the solar to energy, and this is not created out of thin air. Yeah. And one day, if the sun don't shine, then I mean the sun don't shine anymore. So you lose the energy. You couldn't get the energy anymore. And if there is no wind, you couldn't get the energy anymore. So you didn't create the energy. You just make use of the energy. So it depends the source of the energy, whether it is renewable. So it actually decides whether the conversion is clean or dirty. For example, if this is a petrol, if the source of energy is petrol, and then you try to convert the energy to another one. So even though the conversions, let's say your conversions, you use the renewable energy to activate your generator.
Yeah.
But the source of the energy is actually come from the petrol. So actually, you didn't like you didn't create, or you didn't like produce. You didn't produce the renewable energy, because the source of your energy is irrenewable.
Yep.
If the source of the energy is solar, is winds, like the hydro, yeah, it is renewable and it's a clean energy. So even though you use the petrol, you use electricity, and you don't know what's the source of the electricity you use, because maybe you just buy the electricity from the utility company, and they may burn the coal. Yeah, but you use the energy to activate your generator to produce the energy from hydro, from solar, from wind, but you actually still produce the renewable energy. You just use the irrenewable energy to activate the generator.
Yeah.
So it actually means that the source of the energy is very, very important. Yeah.
Yep.
And also, the second point is energy couldn't create out of thin air. For example, you see a human walk on the tile, and it will burn more calories, right? So they need to take more food. Yeah. So if the food production is irrenewable, yeah, the food production using irrenewable energy, so you actually didn't make the world better. Yeah, you just consume more energy. And also, please mind that the conversion will cost a lot of energy. The conversion itself, for example, now I have 100 let's say I have 100 gigawatts, and then I want to convert 100 gigawatts of kinetic energy to another form of energy, and then the result definitely won't more than 100 gigawatt energy. This is something what I mentioned. You couldn't create the energy of thin air.
Yeah.
And also, it shouldn't be 100 gigawatts and impossible. This is impossible based on the law of physics. And it should lower than the 100 gigawatts. Maybe just 30%, maybe just 20%, maybe just 10%. Like solar, the solar is just about, I think it's less than 30% if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So can you imagine how much energy will actually wasted during the conversions if you use this kind of two-step energy generators?
Yep.
So you couldn't install on the highway, and it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Yep.
So let's say even though if all the car become EV, it's still no point to install the tile, right? Because the better way is you get the solar energy, you buy the solar panel and get the energy directly from the solar, from the sun. Yeah, it's not like convert the energy in the car, convert the energy from a battery to another one. Maybe this is a good way to distribute the energy, but yeah, it's not realistic, and this is not a smart way to do that. Instead of do that, you can actually install a lot of solar. You don't distribute the energy. Yeah, because sometimes distribution is very important. Yeah, but distribution definitely is not good in energy topic. For example, the distribution. Let's say the rich man earn a lot of profit.
Yeah.
And then the government want to increase the tax, so the government can collect more tax and then distribute to the poor, so the society will become better.
Yeah.
And rich men's actually willing to do that because they don't want the poor really, really, really poor and then hurt their safety. Yeah, so this is a kind of good way. Yeah, distributions actually make the world better. But how about the energy? If you can generate the energy from the suns, from the solar, why you want to get the energy from from the battery of EV. It doesn't make sense, right? You can install instead of install the instead of install the tiles on the highway, you actually install the solar panel on the highway. It will give you the same use. You still can get the energy.
Yep.
And actually, this will be more easier than that. That install the tile on the highway, because if you want to install the tile on the highway, the car couldn't come and couldn't. Yeah, you need to block the route.
Yeah.
And you say this is a highway, so yeah, you couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But if you just install the solar panel, yeah, you can. It's very easy. You install on the roof, install somewhere. So the car still still can run on the highway. There's no conflict between them. Yeah. And how about the walk, the footstep, the humans? And in some circumstances, I think it would be worth to generate the energy.
Okay.
For example, when we are in the place doing exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we exercise because we have our purpose, we have our intention. So we want to burn the calorie. So we don't mind to burn more calories, and we don't mind to waste our calories, so that we need to eat more food in the futures.
Yeah, this is the purpose you want to do, right?
Yeah. So in this case, because you want to do exercise, so no matter there's a tile or not, you will still do exercise. So with the tile, you can burn more calories. Yeah, and then the company also can generate more energy. Yeah, so this is a win-win situation. Let's say if you install on the public, on the street.
Yeah.
To me, this is a little bit kind of immoral. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it seems like you steal the energy, from other people. Yeah. So they need to eat more food in future to get back the energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my thought about this.
Right. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think you mentioned a very good point, which energy didn't come from thin air, and then it should have something, it should be transformed from or converted from the other form of the energy source, right? One thing to another thing. And yeah, for this one, yeah, also I I overlook the this perspective, and then also for the human steps, because I thought it would be something like collecting the waste. Yeah, but actually it will cost us more energy to do so. Yep. All right, so I have finished my sharings today.
Yeah. Okay, so that's all for our today conversations. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversations. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocabulary mistakes that we made, please also comment to let us know, because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like and subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.